Hi everybody, it's Celeste from the Arachne Project, and I wanted to come on here today and do an energy forecast for November. That's something that I haven't done before, but I might like to try doing from here on out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how you guys like it. This is going to be a pick-a-deck reading. So there's going to be 3 separate readings. I'm going to try to keep it to about 15 minutes a piece or so, which means I might move a little quicker than I usually do. I'm just going to have you look at these 3 decks and choose the one that you feel resonates with you. Other option is to watch all 3 readings and pick the one that resonates for you. And it might be one that resonates, it might be all 3, or maybe you'll find out that none of them really do. But I figured this way I can tap into more energy that's going on, more situations for different writers, since we're not all at the same place in our journey and we're not all experiencing the same issues and concerns right now, even though we do have a lot in common. The journey is in different places for different people. Okay, so I'm going to have you just take a peek. Do you want to pick the Bonefire Tarot? The middle deck is the Wild Unknown, and the one over here is the Crow Tarot. So take a minute to decide. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and ask your guides which one of these decks is going to have a message for you. And I will bookmark in the comments where each one begins. Okay, so we're going to start with the Bonefire. I'm going to put these other 2 decks aside for right now. I'm just checking the clock really quick. All right, the Bonefire Tarot. I'm still feeling the Halloween energies. So I just decided we'll just stick with these spooky decks for a little while. Wow, okay, what's going on, Spirit? Get the Star, the 7 of Cups, and this one did pop out, so I'm just gonna take it. Am I centered is the big question. I'm never centered. All right, here we go. The Star, the 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. So this is like, I actually feel like this is a little bit of overwhelm. This is like wish fulfillment, but have you ever, what Spirit's giving me is like that situation where you have worked pretty hard on a bunch of things and then all of a sudden everything opens up to you all at once. All of a sudden, so you've been in alignment and just, you know, keeping your nose to the grindstone, keeping your heart open. And then all of a sudden, it's like all these different things come popping through and you were really just hoping for one of them to work out. And here they all are. Everything you wanted, and now you have, oh God, you have to make a choice, right? That's like the worst feeling sometimes. I mean, it's a great problem to have, right? It's the kind of problem we all wish we would have. And there's this sense of, oh, everything's coming at me, and you know, a little while ago I had nothing going on and now I have all this stuff going on. So that's the energy that I'm feeling with this reading so far. Hang in there with me and we'll get some more details to talk about what this is about and where it's heading. I'm just going to clarify a little bit. I don't want to get too deep. I tend to go pretty deep with these sometimes, and that's my challenge, is to step back and allow them to be a little bit more vague. All right, so we got the 4 of Coins. Okay, this is that like holding back energy, and 5 of Wands. So this is all that struggle that you were doing before. And the 7 of Cups. Clarify the 7 of Cups. Something about these choices. Tell me about these choices that have all of a sudden been popping up, or that you think are coming toward you. The things that, so you may, that's the thing is, I want to make clear that this may be something that's happening for you momentarily right now, or it may be something where you've got a bunch of kind of irons in the fire. That's another energy that might be going on here. To have some irons in the fire and you're waiting to hear back, and you're, you know, you're a little concerned. There could be a little bit of future tripping energy here. Seven of Cups. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, you're if you haven't gotten some news already, you're going to be getting some news. And this is about, it's your time. This is the wheel is turning, and now you have the choices. Now you're in the position to make choices for yourself, and that can feel a little bit overwhelming. Bear in mind that although I read for writers, this isn't always about writing in particular. A lot of times writers are juggling day jobs, and sometimes those day jobs really matter to us. It's, not every single writer wants to write full time. But then there are those of us that would love to quit the day job and just write if only our ship would come in. And then of course there are writers that have family demands. You have relationships at home. Some of you have children. Some of you have people that you're responsible for that aren't children. You might be taking care of parents, or some of you even may have causes that sort of keep you up at night, things that you feel really, really called to participate in. So while I read for writers, sometimes the energy in these readings is not at all about writing. So go ahead and be open to that. And if you're not a writer, you're welcome to watch my readings as well, because I think personally that we're all creatives, somewhere deep down inside. A lot of us have creative energy that maybe we're not, maybe we want to entertain a little bit more and we're not giving enough time in our lives. All right, and the Eight of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay, you're worried. You are worried that you'll make the wrong choice. You are worried that you're also worried that, maybe not worried, but that whatever decision you make here, you're going to have to put your nose to the grindstone. You're going to have to kind of pull back from other things that you're doing. So making a choice is sometimes scary, because it means that we're also making, when you have like 7 choices to make and you choose the one thing, it means you're letting 6 things go. And that might be permanently, it might just be for now, but any way you look at it, it's kind of stressful. There's going to be some sirens possibly. There's a fire truck leaving next door. Okay, they're gone. Sorry about that. I didn't want that to interrupt us. All right, let's get a little bit deeper into what Spirit wants you to know that you can't see about this situation yet. What does Spirit want you to know that you can't see yet? Okay, Spirit is telling me that you're worried about making this choice because you have been working on whatever this is for a long time. And like I said earlier, there have been all of these different avenues that you could go. And you are going to have to make a choice, but they're saying don't worry about that choice, because you can handle more than one thing at a time. You are completely capable of juggling multiple aspects. So don't be afraid that you can't, that it's all or nothing, I guess is what I was going to say. You don't have to worry about that all or nothing fear, because that's just a fear, okay? The person who is facing like an inaction because of not knowing what to choose really just needs to understand that even when it seems like we're making a choice, that does not mean that we're cutting off all of our other options forevermore, okay? That just because you say no to 7 things or 6 things today does not mean that none of those things is kind of waiting for you in the future. Someday it could happen. And the other thing is that just because something happened for you, like if you say you are worried that taking this job will mean that you don't have the time to write, or that taking the book deal will mean that, you know, you're not going to have time for some volunteer work that matters to you. Spirit is telling you that you can do multiple things at once. You do not have to make your life all or nothing. We do talk about putting your focus on the thing that matters most, but that doesn't mean that you can't have more dimensions to your life. The Queen of Wands is a woman who has it all. This is the ultimate creative queen. She is passionate, and the color of her robes is yellow, and there's beautiful blue light around her. This woman knows, this person knows that she can create whatever she sets her mind to. And when she's in this reversed energy, there can be a sense of, it's like this expansive energy contracts, right? It sets her off balance. And I think this is your fear, okay? Spirit is telling me that this is your fear. And if you follow your fear and if you act on your fear consistently, you will create that fear in your life. So by staying in this sense of balance, so understanding that you can't have everything you want at once, you can have more than one thing at once. There's always this kind of lie that I'm going over already, but there's always this kind of lie that we tell ourselves, especially creative women, who I think are my main audience, but that we can't have it all right now. So everybody always feels like they have to choose between things, that there isn't enough of them to go around to the life that they want to have. And I think that really does yourself a disservice. So while you might have to dial back certain things at certain periods of your life, you have to remember that you have a whole life to live, and you have your whole life to be creative, and you have your whole life to do all of these things that you're worried about losing out on. So I'm going to go into guidance now. I think, let's see, what does Spirit want to say to this person? Here's a little bit of guidance from Spirit for moving forward. Spirit, what guidance do you have for this person moving forward? Okay, going forward. So making the choice, taking the step forward, okay? Don't stay in this hanged man energy. When this happens, if it hasn't happened yet, when these opportunities start coming toward you, say yes to what lights you up, okay? And if you have multiple offers, that's awesome. You can still choose the one that lights you up the most. And just because one opportunity might expire doesn't mean that there won't be another one that comes along in the future. So keep going forward. Taking risks, okay? Yeah, that's what this is all about, really, ultimately. It feels like a risk to say no to anything when you have a bunch of choices on the table. 3 choices on the table, and you're like, man, I want to do all of them. Yesterday, I would have been happy with any one of these, and now I have to choose between them. Take a risk. Go with the one that feels, really good in your gut. And when I say good in your gut, like, taking a risk is about, it's not necessarily about betting the farm or, like, you know, quitting your day job without having a safety net. It's about knowing that most of what we fear isn't real, okay? Most of what we fear isn't real. So take calculated risks. Keep stepping forward. One more. Potential. Believe in your potential, okay? Believe in your potential. That's really what this whole reading is about. All right? So I'm going to clean these up now, and we're going to move on to whoever chose the Whoever chose the Wild Unknown. Okay, there's the Wild Unknown deck. Okay. So what is coming up? Excuse me, we're not ready for you. What is coming up in November for the folks that chose the Wild Unknown deck? What's coming up for the folks who chose the Wild Unknown deck? Tell us what's coming up in the next month or so. Oh, wow. Okay, you have something very, very, very fulfilling on the horizon. We'll get a little bit more detail. The Seven of Wands. So this is a little bit, again, you've been working really hard. You've put a lot of yourself into this. And I think that there's a part of you that didn't believe that you could have it. But there's something coming in for you that is just going to make you so happy. I'm going to pull clarifiers. Clarify the Seven of Wands, please, Spirit. Okay, there's been a lot of inner struggle. You've been really disappointed in yourself. I feel like you felt really low about yourself over whatever this is. And you've recently been taking a rest from it. Like you stepped back from the struggle and you have tried to put aside these feelings of disappointment. You've understood that it maybe just wasn't your time, and that it doesn't mean that it's not coming for you. It just meant that it wasn't your time. But this has been quite a struggle. Tell me more about the Ten of Cups. What's coming in? What is this Ten of Cups, Spirit? Oh. So this feels distinctly like a relationship. There's a reconciliation energy here. And like you've been waiting for this reconciliation. And the Father of Cups, so that's like the King of Cups. So that could very well be a person. That could be very well a lover or a soulmate that you had kind of given up on. I think you had given up on them. Or maybe you hadn't given up on them. Maybe you just understood that it wasn't the right time yet and that the time would be coming. So tell me about the moon inverted, Spirit. Give me a little more on the moon inverted. Oops. I hate it when they all come out like that and I don't know which one to take. And Spirit usually just tells me I was clumsy. It's okay to be clumsy, right? All right. So the Three of Wands and the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're not expecting it because you had given up. There's a lot, maybe not given up. I keep saying that, maybe not given up, but you had sort of resigned yourself to the waiting, to the fact that this wasn't on the horizon. So I feel like you're not expecting this, whatever it is. And I do feel like it has something to do with a relationship. Let's go into what Spirit wants you to know about this. I feel like 2020 has been a very difficult time for relationships that aren't, I think even for people that are together, Was that? No, okay. Because of, you know, lockdowns and it's been hard for us to get together with anybody, with friends, family. So there's a lot of this stay put and wait energy going on with everything. So if that's going on for you, don't feel like it's out of the norm. All right. They want me to take these two. Oh, there's that. Okay, you have been very patient. Spirit wants you to know that. You've been very patient, and there have been times when you felt like you were so imbalanced and you were just like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like, and you really had just given up the juggling energy. You just given up that energy of back and forth and push and pull and all of these kinds of things. And you have become so quiet and so patient in yourself. But the Spirit want you to know that you can't see. Isn't that funny how that came out again? Tell me it's not real. Tell me it's not real. All right, the Hanged Man. Again, another card of inactivity and enlightenment. Releasing the struggle. Standing in your power. Spirit wants you to know that you are in the exact right place. Your inner self is reaching a point. If you're not feeling this quite yet, this feeling is coming in. This feeling is about something inside of yourself. It's about your center, your spiritual center, your spiritual energetic center is balanced. And if it doesn't feel balanced right this minute, then you're probably feeling balanced more often. You're kind of coming into balance and maybe slipping out of it and then coming into it again. And it is when we are in this place that this Ten of Cups energy is able to manifest itself in our lives. That's when we start seeing things differently. It's when we start seeing ourselves differently and our friends differently and our partners differently. Anything else, Spirit? This is really the energy that everybody wants, right? This is self-love is what I'm feeling. There's been a dark night of the soul, and you're resting in self-love. Yeah, you're not waiting anymore. You're not watching the crop anymore. Like you're just in this place of trusting that what's right for you is going to be coming for you. Let me pull a guidance card for you. How can you... I'm going to do Moonology. I like these. All right, here's your guidance card. I'm going to pull another one. Confidence is your key to success. Yes. Confidence is that integrated, solid, inner knowing that everything is going to work out for the best and that you can't push, you can't pull. Whatever's meant to be will be. As long as you've put in the work. It was like 40 cards. Okay. Yeah. It's time to release negativity. You already have. It was in the reverse. Take action. So there's going to be an opportunity to take action if you're not feeling it right now. What I'm getting with this is, so whatever this means to you, take that to heart. For some people, that might mean that it's time. I'm literally getting that it's time to like take care of your body a little bit more. Take care of things. Tie up loose ends. Do you have any loose ends laying around that would prevent you, that are just kind of, like things that you've left undone, just kind of pull at your consciousness in the back of your mind. They're always there, always popping up. Oh, I didn't do that thing, or I didn't do that thing. That's what I'm getting here with this take action, is that you've got some loose items on your plate probably from feeling low. And it's, you know what these things are, like take care of those little things, clear everything off your plate that's kind of draining your energy so that you can get into your higher energy, because that's all going to create more confidence for you. Okay. I'm going to leave this one here and then we'll move on to the last reading. That was really a beautiful reading. All right, Crow Tarot. Was this you? What do we have coming in November? If you can hear the leaf blower, that is my life right now. All right. What's coming up in November for this set of folks who chose the Crow Tarot? What's coming up for us? November. I'm going to clarify this Page of Swords. I'm really sorry about the leaf blower. It's not my favorite noise, but there are a lot of leaves out there. All right, Wheel of Fortune. Strength, Page of Swords. So you're ready. You are standing ready for something. Something is changing. This is kind of in the past, recent past energy. So I think you probably know what this thing is that's changing. This isn't going to be a surprise this month. There's something changing in your life, something progressing to the next thing. So change isn't always bad, right? Change is sometimes great, but change is change, and it can be a little stressful, even if it's something that you want. But you are standing strong. You are ready for this thing. There has been... So I feel like whatever this thing is that you're standing ready for, it's been, so there's some stubborn energy here. And I'm getting stubborn because of the inverted swords. These two cards could be about communication sometimes. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of, like there's somebody not showing their cards here, okay? I don't know who this person is. I'm going to pull a few more clarifiers on the Emperor so that we can see who this is, because I'm not getting a strong feeling one way or the other about whether this is, writing, work. It could be any of the above. The Emperor could be somebody who's got, Emperor's somebody with control over the situation, okay? That's a controlling masculine energy. More about the Emperor. Okay, this is about craft. Yeah, they're holding your... Okay, so this is probably to do with maybe a contract or something, or work. Could be a day job. Could be that you're changing... Something about your job is changing. You could actually be changing jobs. This could be like you're waiting for details about a contract. If you've sold something recently, you could be waiting for somebody to make a decision about something. They're not telling you, okay? This is like non-communicative. And then we've got the firmness of the Emperor here. And then we've got creative energy. And this is you feeling like you've got it made if only this thing would just move. This could really be about a sale. I don't want these. It's too many. I'm throwing cards as usual. A couple more cards about what's going on here. Okay, this is, yeah, I'm getting a really strong message for, this could be for multiple people. You could be one of those other situations, but there's definitely a message here for somebody who's been waiting for a book deal. There's all of this energy of like choice, like which one do I choose? Which one? Like you're, like, it's almost like this feeling of kind of being in, on the table of decision. And then you've got this magician. Here's you. You can write another one. If this one has, so this could be like all your rejections, right? Or it could be the other people that you've been competing with for a slot. And here's you with your magician energy. Like, I can rewrite that, you know, request and resubmit kind of things going on. You're feeling good. I'd like this to move faster. Six of coins, yeah. The Fool. Okay, this is, here's the shadow energy. Here's the part of you that's questioning. You're just a little bit worried. Worried if it will be enough. Worried that you don't want to be a fool, okay? You don't want to appear the fool. You don't want to fool yourself. So you're holding back on your excitement because you haven't really got there's no solid answer over here. So what does Spirit want you to know that you can't see? Okay. So 9 of Swords reversed. It's like the crying all night card. Stop worrying, okay? You can't rush it. You cannot rush this process. Stop worrying because there's nothing that you can do to rush this process. There's nothing that you can do. You have done everything that you can. And all you have to do now is hold on and allow it to do its thing. Don't worry about being excited. Don't worry about, like, almost like all of this worrying energetically can actually affect the energy around the thing. I don't want you to be scared of that because being scared of it is actually not a good thing either. It's more just an awareness. It's this idea that when we relax, we allow things to happen naturally. And all of this sort of like worrying about how you look, worrying about how you feel, not wanting, this is like, I don't want to look like a noob or like an amateur. I want to be professional here. And this is like saying, let go of all that. Okay. That's what Spirit wants you to know. You don't have to be in this energy. Okay. Everything's moving slowly in 2020, everything. This card says relax. Okay. That is what Spirit wants you to know. Everything's happening. Everything is happening at the pace that it is meant to happen this year, the pace that it can happen this year. There's nothing for you to be worried about just because you're waiting. How about some guidance for this person, for these folks going through this? guidance. Again, you don't need to know why. We can really drive ourselves crazy with the self-questioning. So stop with the needing to know why, just because, okay? It just is the way it is. Trust that your higher power has this handled. The higher power isn't going to do you wrong, okay? And any chaos and conflict that you're feeling about this, Spirit wants you to know that any inner chaos and conflict, any outer chaos and conflict is caused by your inner chaos and conflict, first of all. And your inner chaos and conflict can be calmed by trusting in your higher power, trusting that Spirit's got a hold of this, okay? That this comes from asking why and needing to know why. And Spirit wants you to know that the right things at the right time is going to come through for you. And when we're not ready for something, when we're not totally ready, it doesn't come through. But the other thing is that it's 2020, okay? And a lot of things are on hold. A lot of people, we're all co-creating in this universe with our higher power and with other people's energy. And just because someone else's energy is kind of stopped up right now doesn't mean that things aren't going to flow when it's time. Okay? So I am going to leave this here. I hope that these readings were helpful to you. And if one of them was helpful to you, I would love it if you would tell me in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And most of all, I hope you guys have a great November, whether you're participating in NaNoWriMo or not. I won't be participating this month, but I will be writing. I'm just not going to do the whole sign up and word count thing, because for me, that pressure kind of robs me of some of the pleasure of doing it. And just know that however you're doing it, however makes you feel in the flow is the right way. Okay? We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.